Have you avoided leg extensions for years because someone once told you to?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's not functional. It will ruin your knees.
Until you just couldn't resist anymore.
Look, dude, I was that kind of guy who was avoiding this exercise because I thought like, no man, it's just not functional enough and I rather do squats. Yeah, of course, you have to do squats, okay? You have to do front squats and back squats and lunges and Bulgarian split squats to compound exercises and target your quads and your hamstrings and your buttocks and all these kind of muscles to be explosive and strong as well and build crazy good muscle mass. But this exercise actually is functional, okay? And not only functional, but it will help you to isolate your quads in the craziest way ever without putting too much load on your knee joint, okay? Now, look, I injured my knees, but not because of this exercise, but because I was doing sprinting, okay? And I injured my meniscus because of explosive strength involved in sprinting, okay? And now, leg extension is actually a rehab exercise for me right now, okay? It helps me to target my quads without putting too much load on my knee joint with heavy compound exercises. And I started to think about when I was hiking with my beautiful fiance, and I thought to her like, wait a minute. When you come down from a hill and there is a crazy elevation and I put my knees front of me, actually the way you can lower your body in that movement when you are walking off from a hill, it's mimicking the negative phase of this exercise. And I was like, I can't believe myself. I'm such a doofus, okay? Because sometimes I have an idea and I'm like, no, I'm going to avoid this exercise because, you know, it's just too dangerous and I'm losing gains and I'm losing these kind of great benefits of an exercise. So don't be a fool like I was. And if you have a chance to do leg extensions, either in your gym or at home, if you have an equipment like I have right now, implement this exercise into your workout. Okay, let's talk about what's involved, okay, and what should you avoid and how to do this exercise the best way to build crazy quads. So, I try to implement the leg extensions after heavy compound exercises. For me, Bulgarian split squats are the best way to build my quads. You can check a video right here because for me, Bulgarian split squats saved my life, and thanks to God that I find that exercise after I fucked up my lower back real bad, okay? So when you have herniated disc, you will know that it's just no joke, it's no fun at all, okay? So I was able to recover my lower back because of the big three exercises from Stuart McGill. There is another video that I already uploaded on my channel. I think it's worth to watch because literally it's a life-changing exercises. And since then I can build very good legs without doing front squats, which was one of my favorite exercises, but I had to switch, and now I have to avoid, not because I want to avoid, I am afraid of it, but I think for my kind of body type, so I'm 6'4", 194 centimeters tall, and I have a crazy long torso. Actually, in my opinion, it's a little bit grotesque, like how long my torso is. So for me, Bulgarian squats are way better exercise than anything else. So after I finish with my Bulgarian split squats, I always try to implement leg extensions and leg curls, okay? Because with this exercise, I can specifically target those kind of quadriceps muscles, which is not completely involved in any other exercises. So compound exercises means that there are many different kind of muscles which are involved in the exercise, right? So let's talk about Bulgarian split squats. When you do Bulgarian split squats, you will lower your body, and there are many different kind of muscles like the hamstrings and the glutes as well, which will bear the work, okay? And of course, it's a great exercise, especially if you have more knee angle. Oh, I have another video on my channel about that, so you can check that one too. Why is it good to have a little bit more angle in your knees? Okay, so the better or the bigger is the degree in your knees, the focus on the quads is much better and higher. So you can do it in a much more quad focused way, the Bulgarian split squat. But when you finish with this kind of compound exercises, like it's the same when you do like chin-ups, okay, with an underhand grip, and you feel your lats and you feel your forearm and you feel your biceps and everything, right? But still you feel like I'm gonna grab that easy bar and I'm going to do some crazy, you know, biceps curls just to have that kind of crazy pump. And it's the same with the leg extensions and with the leg curls, okay? So don't avoid this exercise, don't afraid of this exercise. Try to develop your quads step by step and not jumping into the crazy wilderness and do like, I don't know how many, put all the fucking plates there and smash your knees, okay? Because it can happen, but it can happen with any other exercise. It's not because this exercise is dangerous, because it's not, okay? Every exercise can be dangerous, and every exercise can be safe if you are well prepared for that, okay? So prepare yourself step by step, okay? And eventually you will be able to do leg extensions with heavier weights, but it's not really the main focus for you. So shouldn't be the main focus for you to do the craziest leg extensions. Rather, always do this exercise for a secondary exercise. I can talk a lot. I have no idea why I'm so hyped today, because I cannot really train my knees because I fucked up my meniscus, and I can't really do training sessions because I fucked up my left shoulder. And the crazy thing is that I'm always talking about how to avoid shoulder injuries, and you can check all the different kind of videos on my channel about like, don't be that kind of guy who is not taking care of his shoulder and blah blah blah. Yeah, I fucked up my shoulder because I have a slap 2 biceps tendon injury, and I have infraspinatus tendon irritation as well. So it's kind of a complicated injury, but it's getting better now because I don't do any heavy lifting. Now, natural bodybuilding is the best way because I don't really do training for more than almost 2 months now, okay? I can't really do any heavy bench presses or shoulder presses, or literally I don't do any kind of exercises right now, only rehab exercises, and I don't really lose muscle mass, okay? Now that's why natural bodybuilding is the best sport compared to enhanced bodybuilding, because the muscle mass that you already build throughout the years, it's not going to go away because you are not training 1 or 2 months, okay? Of course, my diet is just top notch. I take care of, you know, every single thing that I can, and I do cardio, and of course I try to make sure that I do some rehab exercises and you know, proper sleeping and everything. But it's crazy because I thought, and I was so frustrated because no, I'm going to just like, you know, it's just so bad. I won't be able to do my training sessions. And I was quite depressed for like a few days. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to lose all the gains that I was working during the winter. And that's just fucking nonsense. You're not going to lose anything, okay? That's why natural bodybuilding is the best fucking sport out there. So I'm not saying that it's impossible for a tall dude naturally to build some decent quads, but look, I'm not really doing any kind of quad exercises, but mostly rehab exercises because of the previously mentioned meniscus injury, but you know, pretty decent. I'm not saying it's crazy, because it is not, but it's okay, it's acceptable. And definitely the VMO has been developed since I implemented this beautiful leg extension. So in my opinion, it's just a great exercise to implement into your workout routine. Okay, so yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible for tall dudes, but look at the femur, you know, pretty long. Yeah, it's a little bit easier for short dudes, but yeah, whatever. Let's go and do some rehab. That dude is just fucked up.